Today, we're going to be trying out an idea I've seen suggested to me a couple of times recently, which is taking the 6 primary monkeys from BTD6 and seeing just how far they can get while working together in Bloons Tower Defense 5. And if this video gets 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours, I'll test every single category of towers in this game. Now, if you didn't know, the primary monkeys are essentially like the most basic towers in the game. In fact, the Dart Monkey, Tack Shooter, Bomb Tower, and Ice Monkey have all been around since BTD1, while the Boomerang was added in the second game. Now, the Glue Gunner is a bit newer, but definitely still is an OG tower at this point, and it also replaced the Glue Road item that was in the second game. Now, by far the best of these towers to start off with on round 1 is going to be the Dart Monkey. A 2-3 triple dart is extremely powerful for a cheap price against the early rounds while also having camo detection, and since I have the Dart Monkey Specialist building enabled, their darts now come with an explosion at the end of their lifespan, meaning that it can now pop lead balloons at any tier, and therefore is a 2-3 triple dart camo lead balloons, which really just makes this one of the best early to mid game towers for a challenge like this. Because with them being cheap and powerful, we can really focus on saving up money and start thinking about what our defense is going to be looking like long term. I know for a fact that the Dart Monkey is really going to fall off hard as we get into the later game, and I think what I'm going to have to do is focus on getting up Moab Maulers for cheap damage against the Moab class balloons, while also setting up 2-4 Ice Monkeys as they have an activated ability that can slow down all balloons on screen by 50%, which includes the ZOMGs. So, for getting as far as possible, they will be essential. And you can see I was starting to experiment with these towers, but on round 78, I actually had to get a Super Monkey fan club, which can convert up to 10 Dart Monkeys into Super Monkeys, as the dense wave of camo ceramics was making some real progress against them. And as we approached the round 85 mark, I knew I was going to have to start setting up something stronger. You see, this is where true free play begins in BTD5, regardless of the difficulty that you're playing on. Meaning that all Moab class balloons will gain extra speed and health, while all non-Moab class balloons will also gain extra speed every single round past 85. So, once we had defeated the first ZOMG, I built up an army of Moab Maulers, along with making sure to get a decent amount of Ice Monkey stalls as well. And I set up an auto-hotkey script to efficiently use the Ice Monkey slowdown ability for me, which I could tell was working really well. As we got past the round 100 mark, this defense was easily keeping up with everything, so at the end of round 105, I greatly extended it to the majority of the map. And this also included a few 3-2 Arctic Wind Ice Monkeys, which can slow down all regular balloons within their range, because if you didn't know, the Ice Shard Monkey can only attack Moab class balloons if there happens to be regular balloons underneath them. So, I'm hoping that the Arctic Winds will slow down the ceramic balloons and cause them to get stacked up underneath all the Moab class balloons while we're going through free play. And seeing just how powerful this defense really was, I figured I could let it run for a while without worrying, which definitely turned out to be the right idea as it continued tearing through round after round of free play. Now, if you've ever seen the old deflation strategies on BTD5 Flash, this is basically like that, but on steroids. In fact, we were still destroying the balloons quite dominantly past the round 150 mark. However, something familiar was about to happen. You see, a couple days ago, my game visually froze while using my auto-hotkey script that could micro the submarine's first strike ability, and unfortunately, it did the same thing today when we got to round 158. And the way this works is that the game itself is actually still running, which even includes the activated abilities. It's just that we can't see any of it for ourselves. And unfortunately, I was also taking a walk while the defense was running. So it took me a decent bit to exit out of the game and load back in, where I discovered that our defense had actually gotten all the way up to beating round 184 with 6 lives now missing. So I can really only guess that my defenses had lost to round 185, and to fortify them further, I of course filled the rest of the map with Moab Maulers, along with upgrading them into Moab Assassins as well, which come with a very powerful activated ability that of course specifically deals tons of damage to Moab class balloons. Of course, I also got more 2-4 Ice Monkeys as well, and actually, I also got a couple of 1-3 Glue Gunners, which I'm really hoping will be able to catch most of the ceramic balloons as well, and slow them down even more in combination with the Arctic Wind Ice Monkeys, which I have now upgraded into Viral Frost as well. And of course, I'll be keeping an eye on things to make sure that the game doesn't end up visually freezing again, cause it really is a shame to miss so much gameplay footage when OBS is running the entire time. And with that being said, this is the final defense that I ended up building. and I think this really is just about the limit for primary towers in BTD5, given that the boomerang monkey and tack shooter simply wouldn't provide any value whatsoever this far into free play. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So I got to work on tweaking my auto hotkey script in order to have it be able to now efficiently use both the Ice Monkey slowdown ability along with the Moab Assassins as well. But after a second, I realized that the delays actually weren't low enough to get every ability activated before they could regenerate. So I cut every delay in the auto hotkey script in half in order to make it run twice as fast. But then I realized what the problem really was. You see, having the game in fast forward mode simply causes too much ability lag to actually get everything activated regardless of how fast my script is running. And thus, it was time to start running the game without fast forward mode on, which is definitely going to take quite a long time. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the content, it really would mean a lot for me and my laptop as well. And since the game is running 3 times slower now, I had to mess with all the delays some more in order to get it to where just about all the Moab Assassin abilities and Ice Monkey slowdown abilities are all actually getting used now. And I also made sure to fill in the last few open spots on the map as well. And honestly, this ended up being extremely effective to getting us even further into free play. While the game was going by a lot more slowly now, it didn't take too long before our defenses had pushed past the round 200 mark, which is something we haven't really gotten to see in one of these challenges for quite some time. The power of having an auto hotkey script efficiently using all the abilities instead of me having to do it myself simply cannot be understated. But as we kept on pushing forward, I honestly wasn't too sure just how much longer our defenses really would be able to survive. I mean, the Bloons were absolutely zooming at this point, even despite being affected by the Ice Monkey slowdown. And yet, round after round, the defense kept on pushing forward. And I also am quite shocked that the game actually never froze during this a single time either. In fact, this time around, I actually ended up getting to watch as my defense finally lost on round 232. But I was thinking that since the Bloons are so random at this point, I should give the defenses a few more chances in order to really see their true limit. And sure enough, they actually were able to push a bit further on the second try, ultimately getting up to round 234 this time, but this became a choke point as our defenses also failed there 2 more times as well. So I kind of think that this is very close to the true limit now, but I still tried one more time just for fun, which actually did allow us to finally beat round 234, but then 235 is where things failed once more. So what do you think? Did I overlook something major when it comes to the primary monkeys, or do you think that this is also just about their real limit? And what other challenges would you like to see in a future video? I'm actually currently uploading daily through the month of May as a way to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of my first BTD5 video.